I'm Chris Thayer, and this is Taking Care of Business. Today, I want to talk about band logos. And I think the first question is, do you need a logo? It's not an easy answer. Technically, no, you don't need a logo. Would a logo help you? Abso-freaking-lutely. Can you survive without one? Sure, lots of artists do. But the ones that have great logos, there's something about them that transcends just being another artist. So even if it's just something like a consistent type font that you use over and over from album to album, that recognizable image, it's the kind of thing that makes you stand out in a sea of other bands. If you have that logo, suddenly you're a little more legitimate. And honestly, it's kind of a no-brainer. So I don't know that this is even, something that is a surprise to most people, but it just seems like you'd be amazed at how many bands have not at all thought about any sort of logo or any sort of branding when they go out and start promoting themselves. If you are going out and promoting yourself, you are a brand. And your brand needs to be recognizable. You need to stand out from all the other brands that are out there. There's a reason it's called the music business, not the music. I mean, honestly, if you just want to play music for the love of the game, that's fine. Go do that. But if you're trying to make something that's more than just a group of people getting together and playing around on their instruments, you have to really start thinking about things from a much more business-minded approach. So I want you to take a second and think about some of the biggest, most successful companies worldwide, nationwide, locally, whatever. Think about them. Nike, Apple, Google, Dell, Facebook, BMW, whatever. All of these companies have instantly recognizable logos. Okay, it's not a coincidence that we know what their logos look like. They slap them on everything. Most of the biggest companies have been so effective in their branding, in their logo, that you don't even need to see the name of the company anymore. You just see the little icon, whatever it is, and you instantly know who it is. Think about it. Nike. What do you think of? Do you think of the word Nike, or do you think of the swoosh? Apple. Do you think of the word Apple? Do you ever even see the word Apple anymore on their products? No, you see the little Apple logo. BMW. It's that little circle with the 4 quadrants, the different colors, instantly recognizable. That's what you want. You want people to instantly see your logo and know exactly who you are and exactly what you're about. Now think about some of the biggest bands of all time. Rolling Stones. Yeah. Instantly, you should be seeing the mouth with the tongue sticking out. Dave Matthews Band. Even people who aren't fans know the little dancer figure. It's become iconic for them. Metallica. They don't even need their name anymore. They just put the little jagged M on their branding, and we know exactly who it is. AC/DC, Bad Religion, Iron Maiden, Chicago, The English Beat, Fishbone, Imagine Dragons, Led Zeppelin, Maroon 5, Muse, Ozomatli, Train, Weezer, whatever. All of these bands have very specific logos, and even if it's just a recurring font, you know instantly that's them. They all have amazing branding. Even just that simple font, it makes all the difference in the world, as long as we see it over and over and over again. Now, I'm a child of the 70s and 80s, and I spent countless hours drawing and redrawing all of my favorite band logos, whether it was like Ozzy Osbourne, Iron Maiden, Kiss, Anthrax, whoever. I drew those logos on everything that I had. All my folders, all my book covers, everything you can imagine, I was drawing those logos. Even on my homework, there was an Iron Maiden logo. knowing that these images had such a profound impact on me as a kid, as a fan, drove home that idea that having a logo is super, super important as a brand. And ideally, you want something that any 15-year-old could scribble onto their homework or onto their notebook. Now, probably one of the best branding, or the most insane but best branding campaigns ever, was the artist Prince. For those that don't know, there's videos on this, all over the internet. But I'm going to do a quick recap. So basically, he was in a argument with his record label about putting out whatever albums he wanted. And because they wouldn't do what he wanted, he decided he was going to go against them and change his name to an unrecognizable symbol. So if people were to go in, ideally, to ask for his album, it wouldn't be, hey, can I have the new Prince album? It's like, could I have the new album by, and they'd have to show the symbol or whatever. It was super childish and, such a little petulant move at face value. But really, it was brilliant branding, because what happened is people made fun of it ruthlessly. I can remember, everyone would call him, should we call you the artist formerly known as Prince, thinking they were cute. And he would say things, because he was super quippy. He would say, well, you could call me sir. But it went on for so many years that finally he got what he wanted. He got out of the deal, was able to put out the albums he wanted, and changed his name back. But that symbol was still so prominent that now when people see it, even years, a decade after his death, we still know that that's Prince. He was a genius. It was a brilliant stroke. So having a logo is just good business. And it may evolve over time. It doesn't have to start out one way and stay that way. Even Metallica's evolved over time. But I would say get a cool looking logo, even if you have to get somebody else to design it for you. Find an art friend or whatever. Get that logo and just put it on everything. Get stickers made, put it on your t-shirts, put it on your albums, put it on the internet, use it everywhere. Because that recognition is what's going to make people make that connection. Having it everywhere. I think there was something that says, we need to interact with something 5 times before it's, committed to our brains. The more you can put that logo out, the more you're going to connect with people. And just as a side note, I'd be willing to bet that Prince knew exactly what he was doing right from the beginning. He was a genius at marketing. All right, that's my video for today. Thanks for coming here, for taking care of business. And I'm Chris Thayer. We'll see you again next week.